before going into today's session, that is mm, HANA architecture is the main agenda of today's session. Okay, before going into that, shall we recap what we had discussed in previous session? Jyoti,
Yeah, we can.
is it
Yeah,
fine
yeah,
for
we
you?
can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like although it was second session, then again we recapped what HANA is exactly and why HANA
yeah.
is exactly, and
Mm.
what are the parameters and why should we go for HANA, all these things, right? Along with
Okay,
that,
yeah,
few more details like HANA editions and all this stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Briefly, we will recap what HANA is and all this stuff, 1 or 2 minutes. Then we will go into our main agenda, that is architecture of HANA, right? Okay.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah,
HANA, will you, Jyoti, will you
yeah,
please tell me what HANA is?
yeah. See, what I understood from
Yeah.
this is like, yeah, HANA is nothing but it's a hardware. Like it's not a software like how we are, how we like say for BW or some other modules. It's a database. Means it's a
Yes.
database, and
That's what I want
why we
looking for.
use HANA is yes, it's a database and where it stores data, and we have some architecture like we can store data in I mean in row wise, or we can do it in a column wise depending upon the quantity of data. If you have less data, we can.
Jyoti, I just kept you in on mute and okay, not a problem. Let me. If you want anything, okay, you can chat me over here, okay, so that I can unmute you, or you can unmute yourself, and you can uh, ask me something if you want to ask. Is it right? Is it fine for you, right, Jyoti?
Yeah, yeah. Let me check.
Yeah,
Um,
it's fine for
okay.
you, Jyoti. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just checking it. Okay.
not a problem. If you want to unmute yourself, you can unmute or let me know. I will unmute you so that we can go ahead. Okay, chalo. Yeah, Jyoti. Let's go through that previous session and make it fast and wrap up that. Okay, what we were discussing, the main thing was HANA editions. We have 3 HANA editions, out of which platform and enterprise and extended enterprise editions, and the whole overall details. We had discussed overall details along with that, and moreover that. Okay, main thing was the what are the HANA software and hardware capabilities of HANA exactly, and why should we go for HANA, and details of all these points we discussed in previous classes. Once you get time, you just go through all these points and recap it today. Along with that, what are importance of Trex, P star, time, and max DB, and how these teeny hardwares and helping HANA database exactly to perform very good. These points we discussed, and we also were discussing about differences for BW accelerator and HANA, right? And I also told you to do some assignment kind of stuff. Not a problem. I will go through these differences in 1 or 2 minutes, so that we'll go into our main agenda, that is architecture of HANA. Okay, BWA is completely related to BW system, which is data warehouse system. The main difference between these two is the involvement of Trex. Sorry, BWA is completely okay built on Trex mechanism, Jyoti. Okay, the same Trex mechanism is being incorporated in HANA also. That's what the main significance of these two. And whereas, as I said, BW accelerator is completely is set for BW system to perform good, to perform the analytics good, to run reports faster than earlier. Whereas HANA is not like that. In older version like SP2, SP13, where HANA was completely concerned to BW. Why? Because they were doing sidecar approach kind of stuff, or as part of project Orange, they were going to clients. Okay, Sorry, let me unmute you. Yeah, Jyoti. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Hello.
Jyoti, you were
Vijay.
asking. Yeah, you were saying something.
Hello.
Yeah, Jyoti.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, Vijay, don't mute me. Yeah, yeah. Don't mute me because if I have to talk something, you will not be able to hear, right? Don't mute me.
Sure, sure.
Just keep both the voices open.
Got it,
Okay?
Jyoti. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can carry on. Yeah. Yeah.
Then you got right what I'm saying. Yeah. Along with that,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Whereas HANA is not like that. HANA is not completely associated to either BW system or any other single system. It is for all SAP or non-SAP systems. You can pull data from either
Okay.
SAP or non-SAP systems or HTML or any databases like MySQL or Microsoft SQL, Teradata, flat files, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
And you can pull data in your HANA database, and you can do modeling like information models as part of HANA Studio. We'll be discussing it in future course. And top of that, you can do reports using either Excel, Microsoft Excel, or business objects, or
Mm-hmm.
Lumira, like that.
Okay.
That's what the final thing.
Okay.
That's what the difference is. Although BWA accelerator is also in good at performance perspective, but it's completely related to BW system itself. That's what the main differences between these two.
Yeah.
And later point
Okay.
of time,
Mm-hmm.
SAP came up with its own database, that is HANA, which is in memory
Mm-hmm.
computing engine, and that's how it is
Mm-hmm.
performing good. That's what we can say majorly the difference between these two. And if I
Okay.
say if I say business BW accelerator, it's a separate set of box
Mm-hmm.
where although it is completely associated with BW system, but data duplicate C will be happening here. Because you have to maintain data in
Okay.
your BW system, same time you have to replicate data, and again you have to keep in BWA system, and top of that you have to do indexing, and you have to do reporting on top of that. But whereas in
Okay.
HANA it's not like that. HANA is a single system. It has its own in-memory kind of stuff. On top of that, you can pull data. That's how it's happening in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? If I
No, Vijay, can you just repeat what you said just now? What you said, right? The difference between BW Accelerator and HANA. This
yeah,
particular aspect, can you just repeat? Because your voice is breaking most
yeah.
of the time.
In see, let me write it down over here. What how BW accelerator happened? It is completely related to BW system. Okay, okay. On top of that,
Yeah, yeah,
you'll be having reports,
yeah.
right?
Okay, yeah.
On top of that, you will be having reports,
Mm-hmm.
either BEX or BO, right? Why we are going
Yeah.
for business
Okay.
accelerator? It's to perform reports good. At this point of time,
Correct. Speed.
if I talk about inventory data or FI data, if you have millions of records,
Mm-hmm.
as data granularity is becoming more or aggregation is not happening as expected, because of these reasons, the reports are not executing in time, going for dump, or user is complaining to business. And so that SAP come up with a solution,
Yeah.
boss. You take another system, okay? You take other system which is in-memory computing TREX enabled system, which is accelerator, okay? Where data is stored in memory, okay?
Okay.
Not like earlier, okay?
Yeah.
What here happening, okay?
Okay.
In memory. On top of this, now you enable index, you do indexing, and you can do
Okay.
reporting on top of this,
Yeah.
not on this. Here what is happening, you have to pull data from
Okay.
here to here, right?
Okay.
If you see here, data duplicacy happening here,
Mm-hmm.
right? Data duplicacy happening, is it
Yeah. Yeah.
right or not? Right?
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But in case of HANA, it's not like that. HANA database itself is in memory
Okay.
computing engine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where is the point of data
Yeah.
duplicacy? On top of this itself we can do reporting, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Jyoti,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Understood. Okay. I got it. I got it.
that's what the point I was saying. Okay, got it right?
Okay.
That's what. Whereas in
Okay.
case of BWA, you have to have to include only info cubes. Okay, whereas here you can include all info cubes, DSOs, everything.
Okay.
That's what main difference. If I say, as I said earlier, data duplicacy, data redundancy won't be there. It's not related to, it's not completely associated with only BW system. HANA system is enabled for all SAP systems or non-SAP systems. It's including BW also. Whereas BWA is not like that. That's what major differences. Got it, Jyoti?
Okay.
Now we can say our assignment is done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now shall I go ahead and start the new session? Today's agenda.
Yes. Yeah.
Today's agenda is
You would share your screen, right?
I didn't share your screen. I didn't share my screen.
Which? Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, Jyoti. I thought I was sharing my screen.
No, no, no.
Oh,
Now
sorry.
I can see it.
Yeah, you can see, right? Till now, this is what I have written here.
Yeah.
Oh, I was been writing here.
Okay.
You got what I was saying? See, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, yeah, I can see your
see
screen.
this what actually I thought I was sharing. Sorry. Okay. See, this is what I was saying. Jyoti, what I was saying. See, the data duplicacy is happening like this. BW system is having data. Same data we're replicating over BW accelerator system and doing reporting. This because the reason the data duplicacy is happening. Whereas in case of HANA, it is not like that. Complete data is underlying in its in-memory computing system. HANA system on top that we are doing reporting.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to our main agenda of today's session. HANA architecture. Jyoti.
Vijay, I cannot see. Where's architecture PPT? You have a PPT for that?
Yeah, yeah.
Where is it? I cannot see. I mean, I want to know if you're sharing it or not. I'm not able to see that.
Is it fine now?
Yeah. Okay.
This is what the previous screen, this is what the previous PPT I was writing. You got right, Jyoti? I will share this PPT again to you.
Okay, this is the one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is what I was writing. Probably.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall I go ahead to next PPT, Jyoti?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's what today's main agenda was. Is architecture of HANA. Let me tell you what is architecture. In this architecture, what can we talk? As we discussed previously, HANA is a main database, and which has unique feature called as in-memory database computing. Okay, and as we talk about all architectures like SAP architecture, BW architecture, multi-layer architecture, SAP has three-layer architecture kind of stuff. Same HANA has its own architecture with different servers.
Okay.
Like no, if I talk about those servers, this is how it is. Back. Okay. What are the main servers of HANA? Okay. Name server, index server, and one more is statistic server.
Okay, the 4 servers. Huh?
Got it? Totally 5, I guess. One more thing I can say.
Which is the 5th one? Processor?
Yeah, processor. Are you able to see my screen, Jyoti?
Yeah, yeah.
Jyoti, see, these are all main things.
what is that fifth one we have written?
Demon. I will explain the importance of
Okay.
each one.
Okay.
If you want, you can write it down. Otherwise, anyhow, I will be going to share the PPT to you.
Yeah, I'm writing it.
You can take down a rough notes kind of stuff. Okay. Let me tell you what importance of each
What
server.
is that processor?
I will be telling
What
you.
is that processor you have written? It's a part of architecture, right?
Yes, architecture. It has
Okay.
the combination of all these sets together built HANA architecture. It has each one has its own importance. I can tell you one by one right now. Name server helps to maintain the details of system, like system details, system landscape, and system all memory details and all this stuff. The name server maintains all this stuff. Just like our if you have a phone, it will be having folders kind of stuff, right? Each folder has its own importance. Okay,
Yeah.
like that. And coming to I'll be talking about index server at the end. Okay, let me tell you what is daemon is.
Okay.
Daemon talks about the real-time data. In the BW also you'll be having okay DTP, one type of DTP, real-time DTP, right? What real-time DTP do?
Yeah.
It brings data from source on fly according
Okay.
according to your scheduling times. It won't put data in your system, in BW warehouse system, but it pulls data from source on fly and displays to users in reports. That's how it happens. Okay. Whenever you trigger a request, real-time data will pull and keep in your system and it shows to user. That's what daemon does. And what about statistics server? It maintains all statistics about system and performance kind of stuff and how servers are running up and all details. We have to monitor system, right? At particular point of place we have to monitor. That's the place is called statistics server. I'll show you once I log into HANA Studio and where this statistics server, how we monitor all this stuff. We have a monitoring session over there. We can monitor over there.
Okay.
Generally administrators, HANA administrators will do that. Basis people will do this all this stuff. And what is compile server? It checks the how codes are compiling all this stuff. Whenever you write SQL or any kind of backend ABAP kind of stuff, it compiles the code and it checks and how it's running in runtime. Okay. And what a processor? This processor deals about okay unstructured data. Unstructured data, and it has very less importance along with memory compared to many other, and it deals about unstructured data. That's it. And coming to main thing, 99% of
What do you mean by unstructured data?
if I talk about
You mentioned unstructured data, right?
yes. Jyoti, we have two kinds of
What is unstructured data?
Jyoti, see, data will be having data is kind of two stuff. One is structured data or one is unstructured data. See, all related information, all related kind of stuff. Like if I talk about SD, customer material on its own division, sales organization, its sales measures, and all these are all together called structured data. Certain times we'll be having unstructured data also. User, we have certain times we may have get a requirement to pull any sort of data which does not have a proper algorithms. Such kind of data we can call as unstructured data. That's what. And coming to index server, the main the in HANA architecture, 99% of the main scope, we can say that this index server. That's what. The index server has itself has its own importance. We will talk about that. See, Jyoti, when all these concepts come into picture is whenever user raises a request and he asks to display data at that point of time, all these servers run together and shows you. And before that, in order to show some data to user, you should have some data right in your hand. For that, you need to pull data and put in your system. These are the two concepts. Displaying to data to user. Before that, to display data to user, we need to have some data. For that, you need to pull data provisioning, ETL. These are main things.
Mm-hmm.
On surrounding that performances, system keep on has to keep
Mm-hmm.
on running in production environment and all this stuff. These are all together called as
Mm-hmm.
architecture, as the previous slide describes. And that the index server has very main importance in that. See how a request goes to a database. Boss, can you,
Mm-hmm.
if user asks for request like in previous year, how much my sales quantity of sales value, this is the request. And in this will be a request, but in a
Okay.
backend there will be two kind of interfaces which comes and talk with the database. Those two interfaces are SQL interface, and more is MDX interface. Got right, Jyoti?
Mm-hmm.
Out of which, see, most of the cases you will be having SQL interface.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a scenario where you will be seeing MDX interfaces whenever the user is looking after reporting tools kind of stuff to view data. If it is Microsoft Excel, there will be
Mm-hmm.
finding MDX interface. Other than that, you will be having SQL interface itself. Okay,
Okay.
and we'll be
Mm-hmm.
talking about that. We'll be talking about that soon. And let's take big picture of what HANA architecture is. Where the request comes from?
Okay.
Reporting tools, right? Or somewhere
Okay.
above that, we will be having either BO or Lumira, something else, right, Jyoti?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
How, in which format you will be getting requests? You will be getting request either in
Mm-hmm.
SQL format, right? SQL interface, or you can call it as MDX interface, or it will be MDX interface. From there, you will be seeing some mediator, right? I can talk that as connection and session management. Inside here, inside here, we'll be having request processing and execution controller. Here we'll be finding different engines. MDX engine that planning engine that engine. And finally calculation engine. Okay, I'll be explaining each part of all these engines. So give me a minute. Let me draw all this stuff. Beneath this, you'll be having relational engine. This has very good importance, I'll be telling you. Row based, column based, and then page management and logger will be residing here. Like I can talk about this is just persistence layer. And finally we'll be having data volume and log volume. See Jyoti, let me tell you clearly what will happen, whenever a user raises a request to view data, it will be hitting to a system, and at a very first point of time the data will be coming in two formats. It will be either SQL interface or MDX interfaces. MDX interface mainly deals with Microsoft Excel reporting tool. From there, whichever the request comes, it will be in MDX format, and through a session management, and means that there will be some connector, right? Some session manager had to process its request below point, which is a request processor and execution controller, where you will be having multiple engines. If the user is looking over for Microsoft Excel reporting tool data, and it's go on it MDX engine, thus that request will processing by MDX engine. If it is SQL interface, SQL interface will SQL engine will taking care of that. Again, we'll be having two kinds of SQL requests. Okay, one is whenever if I talk about SQL statements, there are two types of statements. Okay, one is DML, second one is DDL. DDL is data definition statement, and DML is data manipulation statements. See Jyoti, if you might be knowing about ABAP also, right? Because you are into SAP. Generally, how we write statements, we write a select statement, right? We do a declaration, right?
Yeah.
How generally we do data declaration, then we write a select statement. Okay, if the internal table will be having data, then we looping data and loop, right? If we're ending with end if, right? Loop and loop inside this read statement, and then modify or append or update. We'll be having this all stuff, right? Whatever
Yes.
data, whatever work area data which we are getting into a read statement will be transferring to final internal table. Okay, through either of these three statements, either modify, either append or append or update, right? In this, if I talk about all these, what are all the DDL statements, and what are all the data definition statements, and what are all the DML statements? What are the declarations we are doing? Those will coming under, see how we declare internal table data syntax, right? If it is a work area, how will be declaring it using types, right? And these are declarations. These declarations should be coming under DDL. Okay, and what about manipulation statements? Rest are all manipulation statements: modify, append, update, select, looping, inserting that, and etc. etc. All these things comes under manipulation. If it is what I was saying, if it is DML, data manipulation statement, then SQL engine will take care of that. You can ask a question, what about DML? If it is DML statement, then what about that? There also we have other one more processor we have. We can write it, we can take it down here, that one. Metadata manager will take care about DDL statements. Got it? Not to worry. And MDX engine, as I said, all MDX interfaces requests will take care of MDX engine. And what about this planning engine? This planning engine is exclusively determined for BPC application. Generally, Jyoti, let me ask you, do you have any idea about BPC? You might be having some idea, right?
Whether I know BPC?
No, any idea?
Yeah.
Any idea? BPC is exclusively built on BW. That's you know, right? BPC will be getting a part of data from BW also, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And there you'll be finding complex planning calculations will be happen over there. Yeah, you know, right?
Yeah.
You know, right? That's yeah. BPC. BW system. BW system again pulls data from source. That's you know well that. Let's say as ECC. Okay. Here, in between these two, okay. See, SAP can include all business. Okay. Consolidation or planning applications or calculations in BW itself, but they didn't do that. Why? Because it has its own significance. Those planning calculations are required a system in a different way, in separate way. Why? Because I think so it itself take lot of significance or lot of calculations required as to do in separate system. Okay, might be SAP has came up with a separate system called as BPC. If you are pulling data from here to there, and in that point of time, if you are pulling data from BPC system, those calculations will happen, will take care by planning engine. Okay. Got it, Jyoti? You have any question in this point?
Yeah, yeah. No, no, I understood.
That's what I was saying. And calculation engine also will be part of that. All this uh, planning and consolidation calculations will taken care of this taken care of by this planning calculation engine itself. Okay. Then storage processor
Okay.
engine will take care of all this processing request else request which are there according to the resources. The storage process will process the requests which are coming from top towards database. Jyoti, you got Jyoti?
Yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
and then once from there, then this engine will send request to further below, which is next is this. I can say this is the database. This I can
Okay.
say this is a database, HANA database, where data stores either in row based or either in column based. In SAP, in HANA, most of the times, Jyoti, I'm telling you, data stores in
Yeah.
column based itself. It's very
Yeah, yeah.
row. It's very less senior as where you will be storing data in row based. Do you have any idea?
Mm.
Actually, in previous class we have discussed, I guess, when the row based data
Yeah.
stores, when column based data stored. Mainly
Yeah, when there's
transaction.
huge data, we use
Yes,
column based. Yeah.
transaction data is majorly stores in column based. If it is the data which
Mm.
we are going to access less times, like authorization data tables,
Mm.
or very less
Mm.
master data, sometimes like company
Yeah.
code data or time related data, all this data which we access very less times, those data stores in row based. Those kind of scenarios we can talk about. We can take for row based to column based, right? And then it go and hit here at in memory database point. Okay,
Mm.
in memory database in memory point. From there again, we'll be having always a persistent layer, right? A backup data. You'll be having backup data.
Okay.
Certain times you
Mm.
might be having some archived data over there or backup data over there. Again, the request goes and searches in that layer also, which is PSA. We can talk also. We can say also a persistence layer, and it goes there
Mm.
and request goes here, and paste management manager or logger will capture that request and will process it. Got it, Jyoti? Page,
Yeah.
yeah, page manager or logger. These two are again the servers which will take care of, which will be processing the persistence layer data.
Okay.
And finally the data were stored at its own hard disks. Okay, where the data volume will be having,
Mm. Okay.
data will be storing over here. Okay, the
Mm.
log volume or data volume from here. uh, the system will take that, the request will capture the data and it will be take to user till user.
Okay.
Got it, Jyoti?
Yeah.
And along with that, few more engines which will be will be processing over here. One is
Mm.
transaction manager. Transaction manager. One is transaction manager. What
Okay.
it does is it processes the request in a sequence. Jyoti, see, Jyoti,
Yeah.
see, we'll be having 10 users. One user has a
Mm.
request at 7:50, and one more user has request 7:50 30th second. And like this, multiple users are raising requests. But all these requests has to go in a sequence, right? Those sequence will be maintaining by this transaction manager. Okay, and according to
Yeah.
that sequence, what data will be displaying to user. And one more thing will be
Okay.
is there, that is called as authorization manager. This will be taking care of all authorizations of the system. Okay, That's how kind of roles and responsibilities. Either it is either users can access data, or inside developers or models administrators will be having data, and everyone will be not given access to view every table, right? And all this stuff will be taken care of authorization manager. That's what mainly, Jyoti. This is what architecture of HANA. Mainly will
Okay.
be having these servers among inside that index server has its own importance, and this what mainly index server does. And Jyoti, do you have any doubts in this?
No.
If you have any, you can ask me, not a problem. I'm just saving this document.
Okay.
Class 3 on architecture. Got it, Jyoti?
Yeah.
Shall we take a 2 minutes break, and we'll continue next topic?
Okay. Now it is 7:53. No, I
Yeah,
will come back around 8 o'clock. Okay.
is fine for you?
Or yeah. I'll ping you in for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. 7:58. We'll be catch up again.
Yeah.
7:58.
Yeah.
Chalo, Jyoti.
Yeah. Sure. പാപ്പ അമ്മ 8 o'clock ആവും കൊടുക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങും കേട്ടോ. 8 o'clock ലേറ്റ് ആവില്ലെങ്കിൽ ശരിയല്ല.
Jyoti, I'm back, Jyoti.
Previous PPT.
Uh, are you able to see my screen now? I'm just
Oh, I can see. Yeah, I can see the cursor. Yeah. Mm, yeah.
now. I am writing over here. I'm writing over here the new over overview of HANA. It includes source, ETL, modeling,
Okay.
reporting. Jyoti, are you able to see my screen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I can see.
You can see, right? Jyoti,
Yeah.
okay, let's
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about source. What are the source? Jyoti, can you tell me what is source, Jyoti? What?
Whatever the source for HANA.
Yeah, source will be having what will be having what it has. It will be having some data, right?
Data.
Yes, that's what I want.
Data.
How
Yeah.
this data comes and stores over there, Jyoti?
Okay.
Jyoti,
Okay. Okay.
who puts data out there?
Okay.
Who is responsible for that data?
Okay.
Yeah, Jyoti, I'm questioning you. You keep
Who
on talk.
puts data?
Ah, who is responsible for the data?
Mm,
Let me tell you. Okay,
okay.
see, and I keep on saying like source and data, all these points, right? And how there should be some medium, right? There will be some reason for coming out data, right? So let's talk about ECC. What what happens
Okay.
in ECC? Why should we have a ECC system?
Mm-hmm.
Right, ERP system, SAP ERP system is called ECC, right? Of the architecture it has having,
Yeah.
right? What exactly
Yeah.
happens?
Yeah.
See,
Uh-huh.
Jyoti,
Okay.
you are investing some money, okay, and you are buying some
Okay.
system,
Mm-hmm.
okay. For what
Okay.
purpose you are
Okay.
maintaining? Earlier you'll be having papers, right? We used to writing on papers what all the business were happening, okay. This much
Mm-hmm.
customers came here, they purchased this much, okay. Few customers
Okay.
owes money from us, and they said that they will be giving money
Okay.
to us after few days and all this stuff, right? And again we are buying some
Mm-hmm.
products from some vendor, and we'll be keeping in our store, and we'll be again selling it to customers. So that's how we are earning money, right? This what
Okay.
happens in real time. This all things were putting in paper and later on times, and we, we are storing that in computer, right?
Yeah.
And how these transactions happen? Let's say I have a store, okay, the name, and I will be having material, okay, I'll be having
Mm-hmm.
customers, okay, and I'll be selling. I'll be selling goods to customer, right?
Mm.
Customer. And then if customer requested me, okay, if customer requested me 100 quantities of some product, of some
Okay.
products, okay, I need to check in my store whether I have those many material or not, right? If I'll be having 50 material itself, okay, with me,
Mm-hmm.
if I
Mm.
have only 50 material, then what should I do? I cannot say that, boss, I have only 50.
You need
You,
50 more. Yeah.
yeah, I cannot tell to customer, boss, I have 50. I can only sell you 50. If you want to take, or you cannot, I
Mm-hmm.
cannot satisfy him like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? I should satisfy customer. That's how the customer reputation will be
Mm.
coming, customer satisfaction will be
Yeah.
coming. And then here I need to add 50 more units or 100 more units, or you can have some safety stock so that
Mm-hmm.
you can sell some more products to some other customers also, okay. And from where I will be getting
Mm-hmm.
these 100 more units? I have to go and meet vendor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say I I need 100 units of requirement, and I have ordered 100 units more, so that my closing stock over here is 150, and customer asked me 100 units, so that I have delivered those 100 units to my customer.
Okay.
Got it? And then,
Yeah.
okay, I have to take money from customer, right?
Yeah.
Some $500,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'll be
Mm-hmm.
having some deal with vendor, boss. I'll be selling whatever goods you have given to customer. Once I get money from customer, I will pay back to you. Why? Because I don't have money right off now.
Mm-hmm.
Right off now. Then if vendor agrees for that agreement, then you can pay back him the money. Okay. Let's say we'll be having some profit and we'll be selling $450. What are these accounts? Payable.
Mm-hmm. Table. Yeah.
Payables. AR. As if we are delivering customer. As if we are doing sales. Let's call it as SD. As if I'm dealing with vendor and materials. Let's call this as MM. Jyoti,
Yeah.
as if we are storing data, sorry, materials, goods in some place which is called as storage location. Okay, we can call as warehouse.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and you should be maintaining some quality over there, right? Comes quality checks, quality management.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is it fine, Jyoti?
Yeah.
And also, if you have assets, means if you have computer, any liabilities, all liabilities, either it is physical
Mm-hmm.
liability or unphysical liability, called as any property, called as like information, is also an intelligence of any resource. It's also called as asset. All these assets, asset management. Is it fine, Jyoti? The,
Yeah.
I don't say this is only business process. This is part of business process. As uh, I want to tell you how the data creates. Like I have drawn this document,
Mm-hmm.
this flow, this business flow. This is how business happens, Jyoti. It's not the business, like
Okay.
SAP is that much tightly integrated to every business process of your business, real time business.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you query document,
Mm-hmm.
it will go and hit every business area of your real time business. Let's say whenever a
Okay.
customer asks for a order, okay, sales, by creating sales order, it's go and hit your store
Mm-hmm.
location, your closing stock. If it's not there,
Mm-hmm.
automatically a purchase request or purchase order will get raised. It will go to vendor. Okay, if you are okay with that
Mm-hmm.
vendor deal, and you will be saying like, boss, deliver it
Yeah.
to me, so that the purchase delivery will be having, and then you can
Mm-hmm.
pay him money, whether if you have or not. Okay, it's happened through account payables. Okay, and then your storage location,
Okay.
the stock get increases. Once you have a
Okay.
proper stock along with safety stock, you'll be doing a
Mm-hmm.
delivery to customer,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll be collecting money from that customer. It calls account receivables.
Okay.
Okay, along
Okay.
with that you'll be having some
Okay.
warehouse management. You'll be having some quality checkup, that's called as QM module. Warehouse management module you'll be having all FI related account payables,
Mm-hmm.
account receivables, general ledger maintenance, asset, fixed assets, or asset management. All this called as separate modules.
Okay.
You'll be having, you'll be getting data every pinpoint of time. Every second you'll be getting some data somehow through these business processes, and data will be storing in underlying tables, Jyoti. There will be a
Okay.
database under this. I cannot use this. I don't worry, don't bother. Let me not a problem. Say this. Underlying this, you'll be having a database where the data stores. Jyoti, you need to access this data.
Yeah.
Got it? You need to access this data, and you need to show
Okay.
it to user. Okay, this is how data creates,
Mm-hmm.
Jyoti.
Mm-hmm.
Then, as I said, this is what happens. Okay, that's, as I said, this is ECC system.
Okay.
This picture, we can say this is ECC system.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, you'll be having multiple systems, right?
Okay.
You'll be having multiple systems.
Yeah.
You'll be having ECC system, or it as if it is a SAP system. You'll be in a non-SAP. Okay, let's finish the ECC system. SRM,
Mm-hmm.
CRM, AFS. Also we have DBM,
Yeah.
dealer business management. Okay, AFS means apparel and footwear solutions. We have SAP has we have a solution for that also, retailing. Okay, non-SAP.
Okay.
Okay, non-SAP systems. Here we'll be having data.
Okay.
It will be huge always. As I said, the day by day, the data is getting double, triple as years goes. That's what the problem, big data problems nowadays the decision makers are facing. That's what in that scenario we are seeing the new big data solution providers like HANA in today's market. That's what like we are doing right now. We are studying what exactly it is right now. Okay, what you should do, as if the performance is slow while pulling data from these systems, we came across HANA. HANA is a in-memory computing engine database. Jyoti, underlying that you will be having tricks,
Yeah.
T start time and max DB. Okay, you'll be getting data from multiple systems. All these systems will be, okay. How you will be putting data? How you're bringing data from those systems to here is using data pro provisioning. Got it, Jyoti? That's what. See,
Yeah.
although I'm writing it, I'm not going to leave the concept here itself. This data provision techniques is the backbone of a whole course. I'll be taking it next session. Okay, let me write it down here what exactly it is. Okay, using these data provision techniques, okay, we'll be storing data in HANA and columnar basis, and using HANA Studio. Okay, I'm using HANA Studio. Okay, you'll be doing modeling. Jyoti, you'll be doing
Yeah. Modeling.
models, which are called as information models or views. Again, again, we'll be having it will become so early if I talk about those models. We have three kind of major models, views. One is attribute view, and one more is analytical view, and one more is calculation view. Let me write it down, not a problem. Although it is early, I don't want you to rub more information in your mind. That's what my major attribute view.
Okay.
Attribute views. One more is calculation view. These are the views we are going to create, and we will have the long running sessions on each concept of all this, and finally on top of this you will be having a reporting. Reporting tools will be business objects, maybe, or Lumira, Tableau. Got it, Jyoti? This is called as ETL, data provision techniques, which is called extraction, and this is reporting. And we'll be doing modeling with the help of data models or information models or views, and this is what our main course completely lies under, Jyoti. Let me take some time and let me finish what exactly data provision is. As you are from,
Okay.
as you have BW background, okay, it will be easy for me to explain you what exactly data provisioning is. You know what about ETL, right? You need to pull, see, whenever you're pulling data from source systems of any source system, whether it is SAP or non-SAP, okay, you have to
Okay.
connect
Okay.
from source system to target system using RFC connection, right? You connect to SAP EC
Yeah.
system to BW using RFC, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There will be some RFC connection. You will be pulling data using ETL technique. Am I right, Jyoti? Extraction, transformation, loading with the help of info package, and then again once you get data into BW, you'll be using with the help of DTP, you'll be putting data into targets. On top of that, with the help of multi-provider, info set or composite provider or hybrid provider, you'll be doing reporting. Okay, back on top of that, you'll be having BO. Right, this happen. In same way, in case of HANA, okay, you have some data provisioning techniques. Okay, you have some data provisioning techniques which helps to pull data from source, either it is SAP or non-SAP, into HANA system. Those data provisioning techniques are, you can write it down over here, ETL based, very important, which is with the help of BODS, which is nothing but you know well that business objects data services, and second one is flat file system, and then very important SLT based data provisioning. SLT is nothing but SAP landscape transformation, and next one is DXC. Okay, I'll tell you what exactly it is. Direct extractor connector, and one more is smart data, but remote. One more is there, actually it is obsolete, right? No more, it is no more base application. As I said, like our editions of HANA, extended enterprise edition is there, right? Actually it deals about this Sybase replication. Actually that edition deals about this, but it's no more, no more now. You don't need to think about this even. Okay, Jyoti, are you fine with this
Yeah.
data provisioning techniques?
Yeah. Okay.
Jyoti, okay, this how the entire these are all the whole topics that we'll be going to discuss in future, in coming sessions.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
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 If I talk about all these points,
Okay.
we are going to discuss about
Mhm.
HANA Studio. Okay, sorry, Jyoti, HANA Studio, data processing techniques. This are all the data processing techniques. Okay,
Okay.
on top of this, these are the data processing techniques and reporting, how you do reporting and how you do modeling with the help of all these views. And this is what our agenda,
Okay.
glance agenda of today, and this will be our major agenda of future classes, future course of classes. Got it,
Okay.
Jyoti? And then,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I want you to show my system now. Okay, I want you to
Mhm.
show a few screens of mine. Wait for a minute. I want to show you.
Mhm.
let me let me show you HANA screens. Give me a second.
Okay.
Give me a second, Jyoti.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
I'll be sharing these credentials with you. Okay, not a problem.
Okay. And Vijay, one
Yeah.
more thing.
Uh,
Vijay, somewhere during the course of the, I mean, during the course, we can go through little bit of SQL also.
sure. That is there part of our course. Sure, not a problem.
Okay. Okay. No, actually, I know SQL, but not fully. So it would be good if you can just help me a little bit so that we can.
Sure, Jyoti, not a problem. See,
Yeah.
as I was
Yeah.
saying, as I was saying, main
Okay.
thing is source, right? See, Jyoti, what I was
Ha ha ha
saying
ha.
is,
Okay.
right? Let me go through that PPT. What I was saying, source, ETL, modeling, reporting.
Mm-hmm.
What source is ECC system?
Okay.
Okay, do we have access to ECC
Mm-hmm.
system to create?
Yeah.
Either not problem of creating data. Okay, that's not our role. Okay, we will be having, right, you know well that login into SAP, and so that
Yeah.
you can go and log into ECC
Yeah.
system. See, ECC
Yeah.
system, this is what source is. SAP ECC, SAP source
Mm-hmm.
system. On top of that, what
Yeah.
how you got to pull
Yeah.
data from there. Okay, to your
Yeah.
HANA system. How you pull the data? One is data services, right? See, here we have a data services, and using
Yeah.
data services designer, one of data processing technique, just ETL technique. Using this designer, we do all
Okay.
techniques,
Mm-hmm.
modeling wide of kind of stuff, pulling source,
Okay.
defining structures of source and target, and doing whatever transformations in between we need, and pulling data and keeping that data, pulling the data from source and keeping the data into target system, which is HANA system, right? One of technique is this
Ha
one.
ha
One more
ha.
is flat
Okay.
file, not a problem. One is SLT. SLT is nothing but SAP landscape transformation. It's again, I don't want to go through into it detail. Okay, it's actually
Okay.
SLT. Those servers which are required for pulling data, which is data migration server, is enabled in ECC itself. In this, what are the server we have is actually in current our project. Okay, we have installed, we have
Mm-hmm.
assembled that migration server with ECC itself. Okay, I'll be telling it later. Not a problem. I'm just telling you in words, two words. And one more is DXC. That's different thing, and smart attacks. That's different thing. And let me go into
Okay.
HANA Studio, and let me show you the screens. Okay,
Okay.
and data services designer also a main screen. Let me show you tomorrow. Not a problem. Later day.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you a HANA Studio. What is HANA Studio? HANA Studio is nothing but a client, Jyoti. See, like how we have a BW
Okay.
client to access BW data, right? Otherwise, ECC system will be having some client
Mm-hmm.
number 800. We'll be having some credits so that we can access ECC tables, either order data, purchase data as per our screen,
Mm-hmm.
as is a business process. So the same way, HANA Studios is a tool, an interface, so that we can access to HANA data. Okay, columnar storage data. This is what exactly?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, this database, and let me take the credentials over here. We have credentials over here. I have given wrong password. Sorry. No, it's fine. Okay. I don't want to go in depth into it. Okay. This is how the data HANA Studio screens looks. I just want to teach you something about these screens, and this security talks about all this security thing. This data provisioning folder, which talks about all this provisioning data provisioning techniques, and this is content where we will be doing modeling, and this is a catalog where we will be having some folders where we will be having the tables. Okay, of either it is system tables or the data belongs to or all our views. Okay, whenever you create a view, whether it is a calculation attribute
Okay.
or analytic, some underlying data tables creates
Okay.
automatically. Okay, those tables data will stored
Okay.
will be
Okay.
under this catalog. Okay, this will be discussing it
Okay.
in detail future. Okay, this how the screen looks,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what for this for today, Jyoti. I don't think that I don't want to rub more details. Okay, and this done for today.
Okay.
And do you have any doubts for today, Jyoti? We'll
No,
we'll
no,
wind
that's
up
all.
this
No,
call
we
for
have.
today. Okay, I am requesting you to
Okay.
go through these
And
PPTs and
yeah,
go through each point of this
yeah.
PPT. Each point of this PPT, as you have write
Okay.
it down, my rough notes. You go through those rough notes and you come up with your doubts tomorrow. Okay. Um, that's what, Jyoti, from my end.
Okay.
Mm,
Uh, okay.